to the cloud. There we go. It's recording. Hello.
Hello. Hi. It's been a little while. I'm LéTania, severe, she, her pronouns with King County Equity Now research team. And I'm joined by
Shaun Glaze, also King County Equity Now research team. Shaun Glaze uses they, them pronouns.
Perfect. We're excited to be here today to talk about some of our initial findings from our community needs survey.
Yes, and the survey is still open, so if you're feeling inspired to take and or share, please, 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 the survey, please do that. I think one of the things that we anticipated, but just wanted to share out, is we're seeing that there's a lot of need. We're going to go through some of the overall results and just kind of talk through them. But again, as we hear from more people, these numbers will change, but we wanted to give people a sense of where things are at right now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, my whole screen. There we go. And so I'm just going to minimize that. Look at that. I'm going to move this over here. So, here's some languages. Languages people understand. You can see we have a pretty good mix so far, hoping to get more. And we are uploading the translations, and we have those popping up into that survey. The first thing that I want to give people a sense of is childcare. So one of the questions we had asked is, do you take care of children who are under the age of 18? You can see about half of our survey does, and about half of them don't. We also ask people if they have childcare needs. So I know there's this idea out there that there's not a lot of need in terms of childcare. If you look overall, you can see that about 20% of people say that they have childcare needs. And if you consider that half of the survey has children under 18, so you're really talking about half of those with kids have childcare needs and half don't. As a parent, that does not surprise me. My kids didn't disappear when the pandemic started. And a lot of our low wage earners are people who have children as well and need a place for kids to be, especially if you're, essential worker, you're working grocery store, you're working many of these jobs that are keeping us all alive right now. Your kids still need someone to care for them as well. So this did not surprise me, but I know some people might be surprised. One of the other needs, let's just go over, what do you think, like nutrition?
Sure. Yeah, I also want to just add to what you're saying about the childcare needs. I think too, what's really important, just more with this issue more globally, is like anyone who's currently either working outside the home or working inside the home or looking for work still probably has some childcare needs, just because I'm sure, especially for the parents know, it's a lot harder to try and get something done when you're also trying to care for your child. It would really kind of free up some people to really be able to focus in on whatever that they're trying to get done. And so I think the childcare need is just so crucial, just for, even if it's just to get a break. It's like they've been stuck in their houses. And, so I think that it's important to really highlight that need.
Yeah, one of the organizations that we're working with to get hired on for this project, they have a need of $32,000 in childcare expenses alone to be able to do this work. And that is one of those things where when we talk about, especially women of color, like in the case for this organization, we're often like uniquely impacted by childcare. Many of us are childcare providers ourselves, and like we have to figure out what's going to happen with our kids. Some people, are, wanting to enter the workplace, but what's holding them back is just their childcare needs are not met, and that's not typically a cost that a employer will pay for you, at least not here in Seattle. So yeah, the childcare need is huge, and we see that reflected in the survey as well as our conversations with community and our partners in this work. So yeah, thank you. It is huge.
Yeah, and I think that you bring up another great point about this community-led research, which we are trying getting off the ground. And I think that it's important to know that like a lot of the money that we are asking for that particular project is so that we can meet the needs of the researchers and the participants who they'll be talking to. And so, you know, like you just said, $32,000 for childcare.
For just one.
That's just for one org. That's just for one org. And so we want people to be able to come to work and be their whole self, their best self, and not have to worry about where their kid is or whether or not they have to watch their child while they're trying to, you know, do this work. And so I think that's really, that's a great part about the research money, is that there's so much available for mutual aid and direct assistance to address needs.
Exactly. One of the other big needs that we are going to highlight today is nutrition. So about a third of the people report that they have nutrition needs. So for that, we gave the example of food, but when you dig in deeper into some of other answers, people mention stuff for their babies, like baby food or formula, things for their kids. And so this is, again, one of the specific line items we have in the research, is be able to meet nutrition needs of community. And this is something that we know that at least a third of the people who've answered so far do need. And so we're really looking forward to having the funds to be able to support that. The other big need that I wanted to highlight was transportation. So transportation is another one of those things where people are like, we're all remote now. Surely no one's going anywhere. It's like, no, wrong. Transportation remains a big need for our community folks. Again, about a third of people say they have transportation needs. That varies from gas money to Orca cards. There are people who still want to take public transit, and there's just not enough funds for them to be able to do that currently with their current budget. So we're looking forward to being able to meet those needs. One of the things that I want to highlight in this is, and that people are reflecting, is transportation is also a need that people highlight in our open-ended response. So we ask people if you could, you know, reinvest money. Let me show you that question. If you could reinvest $200 million into creating more community safety and health, where would you invest it? I'm going to move you over here, LéTania. And you can see that this is a word cloud, which is, you know, good for an initial snapshot. You'd have to do deeper analysis, but transportation actually comes up a lot in several different ways, but people want to be more connected to their community, to the people they care about. Housing was like one of the biggest themes that has come out so far in the qualitative answer. People want more affordable housing in terms of rentals. They want home ownership opportunities. A lot of people write about addressing homelessness, and just like meeting people's needs for housing is, like, by and large, one of the biggest things that people said that they would reinvest money in. And so, you know, education's huge too, but housing, I would say so far is number one. Transportation's in the top 5. And then, like, meeting people's basic needs is consistently up there. So I think
it also looks like mental health also
yes,
is up there.
Mental health is up there. I don't think we had it as a specific call out, because it is difficult to get people to answer such a sensitive question with like a yes, no. But I will tell you, I saw people write about needing like mental health providers that specialize in teens, that specialize in Black and Brown folks, mental health providers to be available to everyone, or mental health providers to be one of the top responders to crises. And people write about the need to have more and more of that robust support, a holistic approach to thinking about community safety and health. And I think we'll continue to see that that same perspective is reflected in, you know, several of the projects that these community organizations have said is important to them. Is to, when we're talking about what creates true community safety and true community health, it's all about making sure people have what they need, including that spiritual, emotional, behavioral, you know, cultural component as well. Those are the main things I wanted to highlight. Can you think of things, that other things people might want to know?
I
Internet, maybe?
Internet, for sure. Internet is one of those issues that I think, a lot of folks knew for years. We've known that there's digital equity is a huge problem. And I think that when COVID-19 hit and everybody was pushed home and online for essentially everything, I think that it really became clear that there's a real problem there. There's a real need. Equity is a huge issue. I think that as students go back to school today, I believe Seattle Public Schools' official start day is today.
Yeah,
It's really important to highlight that there's a very big need in our area, our county, our city to improve the internet speed, the internet accessibility for, and as it relates to hardware as well, to families and individuals across the area so that they can, one, be connected to needs, public services, and that can help address their needs. Also for students to be able to go to school, parents to be able to interact with their kids' teacher or to be able to do their work. This is a big issue that that we in conversation we've talked to folks who are seeing these issues, and you see it here on the survey. And I think these numbers are probably even an underrepresentation
of course.
The
Yeah.
full scope of the problem.
Exactly, because our survey so far, as we wait for more funding, our survey so far has been online focused. So you can only access this, using the internet, and we still see, over a quarter of people saying that they have internet needs. Through conversation, when people go into more detail, they're like, well, technically, we have a smartphone that everyone in our family can share to get internet access, which if you have even like more than one person, it doesn't matter, what you're doing, a smartphone alone is not going to meet many people's internet needs. Most public services have shifted online. And so some of them do have a phone number. How do you find that phone number? Online. So there's just like one of those things where it's really hard for people to get access to resources, learn what the new updates are, fill out that new form to be able to sign up for the services and the support that you need. Be connected to mutual aid, networks that are out there, people trying to meet each other's needs. A lot of it's all online now. So as part of the research, we have talked about expanding access to internet access to high-speed internet. We have specific budget items for that. And, again, this is an underrepresented area by virtue of our recruitment method so far, but it's still there. I'm very excited that we have, a few projects that are very laser focused on this issue. This summer, we met with cybersecurity experts as well as other people who are in this online space to talk about what are the multiple different ways we can deliver high-speed internet to community. And so, with funding, we'll be continuing to build that out, and super excited to offer actual, proposals for what that could look like. I think that's about it.
In my dream future, we just get internet, high-speed internet, just because we're here.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, you just have it. Everybody has it. Everybody's got the speed they need to be able to do whatever they're doing, and it's equitable because everybody has high-quality internet. So yeah, that'll be exciting
for sure.
to at least be able to get some of that out.
Yes. Absolutely. And I think that's all we can highlight right now. I hope y'all are staying safe out there. Right now when recording, it's very smoky. If you're an asthmatic like me, you might be waking up really early in the morning, absolutely out of breath, not sleeping well. I just want to say, I see you. I'm glad you're still here. And if you can, take lots of breaks and drink water and take care of yourselves, because it is hopefully going to be a temporary thing, and, then we'll be able to breathe again. But yeah, that's all I have. Anything else to close us out, LéTania?
Yeah, never going to leave an opportunity for some calls to action. Please continue to write your council members. They need to override the mayor's veto. Please do that. Do it often.
Yes.
Make sure
Every
you
day.
let them know every single day that, you know, some of them are, you know, going off of what their constituents are emailing them. So let them know every single day how you feel. Let them know they need to override this veto so that we can get money to do this research. We can get money for gun violence, specifically in South Seattle and South King County. And also so that we can use that money to help scale up organizations that are going to provide the new vision for how we address public health and public safety issues in this area.
Yes. Yes. And we'll drop a link to the survey and the calls to action in the description so that you can easily click, boom, and be all done.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
That's it.
I think that's
All
it.
right.
I'm going to stop sharing
I
my
think so.
screen. All right. Bye.
Bye.